Here we go. Good morning, everybody, and thank you so much for attending the Bold Breakthroughs with Business Experts. I'm Catherine Ann Clayton, and I help driven, bold entrepreneurs launch their own business, up-level their business, all to make profits and create time freedom. I'm here today with a special guest, and I met Haley about 8 months ago, and her name is Haley Gray, and she is awesome, and she has a great huge growing women's group on Facebook. But you know what? I'm going to let her tell her all about herself, about her group, and we're just going to chat on how you build a business like she's building. So Haley, thank you so much for attending, and tell everybody all about you and what you do to help people.
So, hi, I'm so glad to be here. This is wonderful and such an honor to be here this morning. I am the founder of the Women's Entrepreneur Network on Facebook, which is a approximately 70,000 strong women's entrepreneur group on Facebook, unlike any other, where we really are providing networking opportunities, resources, tools, and just a really nurturing environment for entrepreneurs. And then my real business that I built the group to try to feed, which it's kind of a funny thing now, is Fiercely Marketing. And we do digital marketing for small to medium-sized businesses.
So tell me about a little more about Fiercely Marketing. What all do you do? If I called you and said, hey, Haley, I need some help, tell me what you would do.
We do websites, social media, SEO, ads, content creation, copywriting, funnel building, all of the digital marketing stuff.
Awesome. And so if I came to you and wanted you to start building up, say, my Instagram, could you do that?
Yep, we absolutely do. Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, Google My Business. We do a lot of different platforms. But the first question I'm probably going to ask you when you say, hey, I want to build up my ... is say, okay, let's take a step back and say, why do you think you need to build that up?
Awesome. Because that is important. That is, when I first started this journey 5 years ago, I tried to get on every platform. And then, because that's what I was told, and I heard Gary Vee saying, you got to be on everything. So I did that, and it was an epic fail. So then I focused on one thing. So, and it actually, believe it or not, was not Facebook. That was just kind of my friend platform. Mine was LinkedIn, and you know that very well. Now I since have added Facebook, and now I'm trying to kind of dabble in the Instagram thing, but I don't want to take up too much so that I'm not present on one good platform. Mm-hmm. Tell me what you feel like is important as far as being present on platforms. How many do you feel is important, or do you kind of think like I do that you need to build one first?
I think you need to build one at a time. The notion that a single person, a solopreneur, or even a small business can build multiple social media platforms at the same time and be doing all those things is absolutely ludicrous to me, because there's only 24 hours in a day, and you've got to sleep some of them. Yeah. And if you're trying to be on Instagram and Twitter and Facebook and LinkedIn and really engage on those platforms and really work each of those platforms, you're looking at a couple of hours a day per platform. So you've already worked a full business day before you've done any of your client work.
Absolutely. And it's interesting. So you want to compress time and really learn and know what you're doing on each platform. So let's talk about your group. I know that I've been a guest in your group, and there's some, I'm probably going to start speaking in your group in January. Talk to me about this group and how you built it to 70,000 people now?
Yeah.
So talk about that.
So I'm actually doing a free workshop in October where I do a training that's 8 days long. It's Monday through a Tuesday. And I talk about growing a Facebook group. But the long and the short of it is going into the group, posting content that people want to see, controlling what gets posted and how it gets posted, and being very aware of the energy of the group, and really focusing on high quality people, especially in the very beginning. A lot of people in the beginning are desperate to get people into their group so that they're just adding everybody they can think of willy-nilly. And that actually is very self-defeating, because it would be better to have the right 20 people in a group than have 500 people that you don't know from Adam, because those 500 people are not going to engage with you.
Right. I agree with you. I run into that when I'm talking to people about LinkedIn, and they, it's one gender in particular. I'm not going to say the gender, but they write me back, oh, well, I've got 7,000 connections. However, they don't even know who the 7,000 people are, and they never talk to them. So I have seen your group. Your group is very active. And because I want people to go to it, can you say the name for it so people can search?
Women's Entrepreneur Network.
Okay, Women's Entrepreneurs Network. I'm a part of it. I know that there's a lot of really great solopreneurs, entrepreneurs, business owners in there. I've created some really good friendships in there. And Haley, I believe you go live every single day in there, right?
I do every day except Saturday night.
Okay.
That's my, Haley most weeks will go to ground and disappear Friday night and doesn't reappear until midday Sunday sometime.
Oh, we like that.
Yes, it's my disappearing act. And I go to sleep and hang out with my husband and my children. But it is Women's Entrepreneur Network, and I go live every night at 10 p.m. except for Saturday nights.
And that's Central Standard Time, right?
That is Eastern Standard Time. So it's
okay.
9 p.m. Central, which is, I think people kind of appreciate that it's not quite so late.
Right. So tell me some of the top topics that you talk about in that group and on your lives.
Sure. I talk about a lot of marketing related topics because my primary business is marketing, but I also talk a lot about relationships. I talk about self-care. I talk a lot about, if you don't take care of yourself, there will not be a business. And talking about gratitude and a lot of the things that have been an issue for me in my business, and maybe even sometimes are continuing to be an issue.
Right. Okay. And so speaking of issues in business, how has COVID affected your business, or has it affected it positively or negatively?
It has affected my business a lot of different ways. So to be clear, I absolutely lost clients in March and April because they were no longer able to pay the bills. They shut down. They no longer had a business. I had some clients that I kept supporting pro bono. We did start picking up a lot of clients who were making that virtual shift and that pivot to the online. So a couple of years ago, I had done lives every night. And one of the things I started doing as soon as COVID hit was I started doing lives again. And people really needed that lifeline. And what that has done for me, it has been to provide a lot of clients, honestly. It's been absolutely crazy here. And of course, just to stir up the crazy pot, I'm throwing on a summit, which starts tonight. So, nothing quite like going for bonkers and then raising you too.
Absolutely. You got to go crazy. So tell everybody about this summit, because I want people to jump in here. I want people to get a ticket and go, because I know I've looked at the speaker lineup. I know it's going to be fabulous. And I'm going to ask you, if you don't mind, when this live is over, put the link in for people to buy tickets. I mean, how much is it? It's like ridiculously low. How much is it?
$27.
I mean, guys, $27 to hear from experts. Jump in here. Get this bonus that you're going to get for $27. Literally, that's about 5 cups of coffee at Starbucks, because I went the other day with my children and we spent $21 for 3. So, so get in there and get the tickets. And do you mind, Haley, putting the link below here?
It is wensummit.com, and I will absolutely put it on below. Yes.
Okay. Awesome. So there's a lot of nuggets here. I want to thank you, Haley, for jumping in here really quickly. I know today was a crazy day with you rushing to get your summit done, But thank you so much for coming. Y'all get tickets to the show, and thank you for attending the Bold Breakthroughs with Business Experts.